أجمعين. اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على عبدك ورسولك وحبيبك ونبيك سيدنا محمد. Okay, so this is our second lecture about fiqh of marriage. We said before that in the beginning of lectures, maybe the 3, 4, 5, maybe the lectures, I want to focus not on the fiqh, but on something which it's really important for me in the maturity. What I realize from the majority of the generation nowadays, sorry about that, it's a lack of maturity. That's why we need to focus on this first. If you fix this, that will fix a lot of problem in your marriage. Last time we talked about the significance of marriage, the rule, hukum of marriage in Islam, and then we start about the maturity. We said, are you ready for marriage? There's many dimensions you have to check if you are ready for marriage or not. The first dimension is, are you educated religiously about marriage? Do you know the rights and responsibilities? Do you know to fix problems Islamically? Do you know what's the rules in marriage? Which this course is the mainly topic of this course is about this. To educate you about what Islam said about marriage in all the steps of marriage. Number 2, are you ready financially? And that's for men specifically. Because Islamically, men are responsible for financial matters. You need to provide accommodation, dowry, and provision. So always ask yourself, are you ready? We said last time, this is also a message for all people in community. Help youngsters to get married. Don't make the financial obstacles is what prevent them from marriage. For those wealthy people, try to facilitate this for the young people. That's very important. And we said in the time of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he put one of the share of zakat that time just for young people to get married. Third, are you ready emotionally? That's one of the very important dimension of maturity. It means don't think that marriage will fix you. This is misunderstanding. This is some of the false expectation about marriage. I want marriage to fix me. I want my spouse to fill me. Don't expect that ever. Fix yourself first to be ready for marriage. What I mean by emotionally here, it means, can you control your emotions? Anger issue is not little issue in marriage. It's a big issue, especially for the men. Because Allah Ta'ala give the word of divorce, that's our responsibility. Why? Because we should act more rational than emotional. If you can't control your anger, then this is a big problem. There is a lot of courses nowadays will help you to manage that. Emotional here is about trauma. If you go through a lot of trauma in your childhood, and that affect your life, fix that first before you get married. Don't expect your spouse to fix it. Your spouse is not a therapist. Your spouse is not here to fix your problems, no. So emotion here is about if you can't control, if you can't communicate with people because you get upset very quickly, you interpret any words in wrong way, so you get upset, fix all of these problems. Be ready. Be mature emotionally. Number 4, be ready and social skills. You are now living alone, but when you get married, you live with someone else. She or he come from different background, maybe think different than you, maybe act different. Everything is different. So you will live together for long life. And there is a lot of social skills here. The most important, how to communicate. Communication skills are very important. Learn how to forgive, how to apologize. Very important. Learn teamwork. You will work together. If you're that type of people or refuse any advice or get anger if someone advises you, this is a big problem. We talked about that last time. So today, we'll continue about this maturity. I'll say here, I'll talk about 2 points. The first point is to know the nature of the opposite gender. Very important. That will solve a lot of problems. And the second point today is we'll talk about differentiate between real life and fake life. That's only for this modernity, which the sociologists call it a theory, hyper-reality. We'll talk about this. These 2 points. Number one, know the nature of the opposite gender. Allah Ta'ala said, وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنثَى. When Allah created us, He didn't create us similar. Men are not like women. They are not enemies, but they are not same either. So you know to know what's the difference in nature, because that will give you a good understanding for communication. There's a very famous book, maybe you come across it, which is Men from Mars and Women from Venus, which he illustrates a lot of differences. But here we say, number one, Allah Ta'ala created women for a big mission. Motherhood. Motherhood is one of the most complicated, job in this planet. That's why the first, you have to know that women are multitask. Men focus on one thing usually. Why this? Because Allah created them to be mothers. The mother needs to be multitask. A child gets sick suddenly, in the middle of the night. She has many children. She manages all of this. That's why mother, subhanallah al-azim, you'll see your mother that will cooking the dinner. And her mind is with the oven now. Usually she will not forget. The same thing, she carry her little baby. The same thing, help another baby with his or her homework. And then reply to the phone at the same time. And then thinking at the same time about how she will pack the lunch for tomorrow for her child. And when the husband come, oh, I need to do this and this and this. That's all in the same time, not just the same time, with the integration of all the involvement, emotion in all of it. That's a miracle. A man is completely opposite. If you know this, that will solve a lot of problems. Usually when the woman send a man to, bring from the grocery something, he always will forget some things, unless he write it down. That's always. Not because he is careless. Sisters, not because he is careless, just because that's not his nature. He always thinking one thing's always. Oh, you forget the milk. Oh, you don't care about me. You don't love me anymore. It's just about nature. When you have a conversation together, the woman will sit down, I want to tell you one thing. And in that one thing, she'll tell you everything. About her feeling, about her day, about her cousins, about her family, about the children, about many things. So the man confused, what's going on here? What's the point? What's the problem she want to fix? Man, and that's the second point, is always think about a problem to fix. That's always his mentality. That's why when she talked to him, she look for, where's the problem I want to fix? She doesn't want any problem. She just listen. Just listen. That only she need from you. Just listen. So that's number one, multitask. Number two, we said this, that man is always want to fix problem. And he always want to focus this problem, and he finish, go to another problem. But woman instead, she will fix problem through talking about the problem. Talking itself is enough for them. They want to talk about the problem. They process, their thinking process through talking. So that's why when she is upset or have a problem, she wants someone to talk to her. Just listen. She doesn't want maybe no solution, just talking. So that's obvious when you are in counseling and the woman talk to the counselor for 1 hour. She just wants someone to listen. Oh, subhanAllah, this is so hard. May Allah bless you. I don't know how can you handle all of this. Oh no, subhanAllah, may Allah bless you. That's it. After 1 hour, oh, Sheikh, I feel very happy. You didn't solve any problem. She just wants to listen. Oh, alhamdulillah, I'm very happy now. I wish husbands know this. Stop looking for a problem to solve. Many times you just want someone to listen to them. Listen carefully. That's it. So sometimes, oh, you know, I have a very hard day. Kids is bother me today. Oh, why you not make this? Try to suggest. Don't suggest. She want opposite. Oh, I understand you. It's really hard. May Allah ta'ala bless you. That's it. You solve the problem now. Just few words. If you know this nature, it's very important. We have a hadith, long hadith, 3 pages in Bukhari and Muslim both, called Hadith Zara. When Aisha radiallahu anha told Rasulullah sallam a story, a long story. Rasulullah sallam is the busiest man in Medina. And he came home after Isha, after a busy day. But when he came home, he now acted as a husband, not as a prophet, as a husband. That's why his wife sometimes upset about him. And that's fine, because they don't act with a prophet that moment. No, with a husband. So Rasulullah sallam came, and Aisha radiallahu anha started this long story. You know, I heard the story about Jahiliyyah. There are 11 women gathered together and they talk about their husbands. And she started one by one. And he never interrupted her. He listened carefully. And then the 11th example is about Zara. And he was a very good husband, but eventually he divorced that woman. So Rasulullah, when she finished, she said, I will be to you like Abu Zara to Zara, but I will never divorce you. He picked one example. He wanted to show that he listened attentively, carefully, not just hear. That's long hadith is teach us as a man that listening is very important skill when you come to marriage, because they need someone to listen to them. So this is now, you want to fix problem, she want to fix the problem through talking about the problem. Number 3, man is visual usually, but women are verbal and emotional. Usually man is affected by what he see. Women are affected by what she hear. That's very important. So when man came to home, he will realize immediately that house is tidy, that the wife is dressed very well. Everything is because what he see first. That's why it's very important I talk to my sisters now, that this is not because this is just his nature. That's why Sharia encourage women to take care of their dress, for the appearance, because that's what affected men first and primary. In contrast, the woman affected by verbal words and emotions. You know, for men, he always, I brought a gift for her, I bought it for £1,000. And he brought it, but he say nothing. You brought nothing. You didn't say anything. For her, that's nothing, because you didn't say anything. What affected her, what you say, and how you say it, That's also very important. How you say it is very important. So it's just few words that will make them very happy. That's why words. In the story of Abu Zar' I've just mentioned, Abu Zar' get married with get married with two husbands. She said both of them are very generous in money. But the first one is so generous with his words. The second one, he always remains silent. So when she compared, and she's still with the second one, said, if I compare with them, the first one, there's no comparison even. Just because he's generous by his words. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he lived in Arabia that time, where the men that time, they feel shame to express their love to their wives. Rasulullah break these traditions and norms. He expressed his love. Man ahabbu an-nasi ilayk qala Aisha. Who is the most beloved to you, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He said Aisha. That's unusual in Arabia that time. But he know the nature of woman. So that he express his love through some details that's very important for women. Whenever sallallahu alaihi wasallam wants some water, his wife will bring the water. He will never drink water first. He always say, you first, ladies first. She doesn't want water. She just drink a little bit and give it to Rasulullah sallam. And he look at from the cup, where's the place that she drink from. This little tiny thing is a very huge thing for women. Because how you say that is very, very important. That's why talking for a man, if you are that type of man, you can't talk anymore, please try to fix your problem first. It's a big problem. Because you need to talk, you need to praise a lot. You know, one of the major sin for women, if she dresses very well and you remain silent, this is a major sin for them. Or she cook very well and you say nothing. You just eat all the plate with no words. You have to say it every single day, every single lunch, every single dinner. Because that's how they affect it, just by verbal, what they hear. What they hear is very, very important. One of the interesting thing that I think the author of this book, he mentioned that how men count. For example, if you brought a big gift to your wife, if you take your wife to a holiday, that's for you is 100 points. She should be grateful for ages because I spend a lot of money. For women, if you don't say something during that holiday, that's just 1 point. You know, she pointed about hearing. Oh, so what's the solution? Very easily. Just be generous with your words. That love, build it by words every single day. Next, when we come to the solving problems, they are different also. Man, when he have any problem, he's very stressed about some financial matters, for example. He will go and for a retreat in his cave. A physical cave or spiritual cave. Psychological cave. It means he wants distance. He wants to be alone. It's a message for my sisters and daughters. When a man is stressed, leave him alone. He doesn't ignore you. He just wants distance because he has stress. He has a problem. He wants to fix that problem. He wants to be alone. Women are opposite. If they have stress, they want to talk. If you don't understand that, you came and you realize, oh, she's not in the mood. Okay, I'll leave her alone and go upstairs. No, you kill her now. She waiting for your reaction. Oh, what happened? It seems a big problem. And involved in that conversation. Men are opposite. She wants distance till they solve that problem. So, to know this nature, that will solve a lot of problems. Will avoid a lot of unnecessary mistakes. It's just different languages. You only just speak different languages. That's why a lot of conversations that you'll see and you'll come across consultation, different conversations just about different natures. He doesn't care about me. I say to him one day, oh, I feel tired with my children. And he tried to give me some suggestions. That's what I need. I need to have a conversation. Lastly, usually men, they are very directly in their language, love language. But women love indirectly language. So they need emotional intelligence, not just directly. So sometimes they see, oh, the rubbish smell bad. That means, please go and take it out. Okay, man? So you say, oh, yes, I noticed that. And you did nothing. He ignored me. He doesn't. So you have to understand that directly. That indirect or direct is very important. Rasulullah in Sahih Bukhari, he said to Aisha radiallahu anha, I know when you are upset with me and when you are pleased with me. Remember, wives of Rasulullah, when they act to him, act as a husband, wife, not as a prophet. So that's why sometimes they become upset, because that's happened between any husband and wife. So Rasulullah, look at his, subhanallah, social intelligence. He said, I know when you are upset with me or when you are pleased with me. He said, how? He said, when you are upset, you said, La wa Rabbi Ibrahim. By the Lord of Ibrahim. She means he's angry, upset. When you are pleased, La wa Rabbi Muhammad. She always swear by the Lord of Muhammad, means they are pleased. If she is not pleased, oh, the Lord of Ibrahim. How he realized that? But he seen nothing. He knows the nature of woman. So this is the first point. Learn how to deal with opposite gender. Sisters and brothers both. That's very important to avoid unnecessary. The next point, the last point here is, we live in modernity. This point I will mention now, it's not occur in my generation when I get married. But it will occur in your generation or the youngsters here. Because this is just consequence of modernity nowadays. It's what some sociologists call hyper-reality. According to these sociologists, they said, nowadays, we are no longer to react in real life. We react in fake life more, a simulation of real life because of media. So the fake life become more real than real life itself. What does that mean? It means many people now, they affected by media. They understand marriage and love according to media. So some sisters, they always thought that love is a prince man in a white horse came with a flower. Because that's what they see in the media. We have to know that this media is just scripted, acted, filtered. It's fake, completely fake. If you read about these actors or actresses in their own life, it's miserable life. What you see is not real. They just under the camera with a lot of Photoshop. What you see in Instagram, this is not real, this is Photoshop. So don't think that real life is this. When you come to a real life, you live someone, that's now the real life. You will, as a sister, you will see him tired, stressful, not in the mood. And also you, as a man, will see him without makeup, with the children, pregnant, sick. That's the real life. So don't think that fake life is the real. It's fake. It's fake. To understand this is very important, because that will reduce that false expectation about marriage. So the sisters always see the drama. and always expect what will happen in drama to see. And the man came tired and, oh, can you open the door, please? She didn't say anything. I expect that meeting in the airport with these two couples. And he, always go to the fake life. Sisters, this is fake life. For the men, don't expect your wife to be all the time that what you see in the media. She'll be pregnant. She'll have kids. She'll have hard work. Multitask. She'll be sick one time. So, real life, when you have a mercy and love, according to Islam, you will enjoy our life. These actors or actresses they don't enjoy their life, their real life. But in Islam, if you live real life according to Islam, with that mutual respect, love and mercy, you'll find enjoyment more than this fake enjoyment. So this is two things, just also under the maturity again. So try to be ready. Next time, we'll move now to how to look to your potential. What Islam said about the characteristics of a good husband or a good wife. Most of the ayat and hadith talk about that, and some advices about that. Wallahu alam wa sallallahu ala abdi rasuli sayyidina Muhammad. Now your turn, if you want to ask any questions related to this, first, primary, then we can move to something else. Bismillah. Yes.
Some of the ways or steps to avoid this the second problem which you're talking about.
Somewhat?
Some of the ways or steps how to avoid this.
Okay. How to avoid the second one, which is hyper reality. Number one, sit with myself when I want to get married and say media is a fake life. Number two, don't waste your time with this fake media. To all my brothers and sisters, when you are addicted to a lot of drama, that will shape your life. That will cause a lot of problem to your real life. Believe me. So, if you watch a lot of drama, and drama is long, 2 hours for one episode, with a lot of this filtered, and that's fake. To the parents, try to advise your children. If they involve majority of their time with this drama, that will affect their real life, no doubt. In this also case for the men and women, but men especially, the fake life also is pornography. Pornography, may Allah Ta'ala protect all of you from it, can damage your real life, can damage your marriage. So to avoid that, number one, busy yourself with something beneficial. A drama is just wasting time. Involve yourself with something beneficial. Secondly, don't ever compare. Third, read about the miserable life of actors. There's a lot of this. A lot of websites just talk about this. It's very important to know their miserable life. How many of them they act suicide? How many of them they have that miserable divorce? And then how many of them they live miserable life? So don't just involve with this media and this Photoshop. That's all fake. That starts from the parents first. When you see one of your daughters or your son is addicted with that drama, that's the time when you know this is dangerous. That will affect them massively. Jazakallah khair for a question. Yes. Yes, Luqman.
How do you stop addiction of watching
Okay, mashallah. How do you stop addiction to drama or addiction to PlayStation, to games? Okay, addiction nowadays is phenomena. This is the illness of this modern life. I would say addiction nowadays, sometimes difficult to get rid of addiction. You need to seek help. For all those youngsters who are addicted to pornography, seek help, as we said last time. Seek help. You can't manage by yourself. Because now this is something now, mentally, psychologically, that will affect your brain. You need help from someone else, from someone expert. We said last time that website, and we say it again today. What's the Zakaria? Aware Academy. Aware Academy. If you have any problem in addiction of pornography, Aware Academy. Secondly, if you read, educate yourself of the consequences of addiction to this, to games. These games, how it affects your brain. There's a lot of essays, a lot of documentaries, a lot of books just about this. When you know the consequences, you'll be very aware that you'll avoid it. So for Luqman, when your parents avoid you to use the tablet so much, that's because they love you so much. They don't want you to damage your brain. That's why they take it from you, because if they don't love you, they will let you with the tablet. It means they don't care about your brain, your health. Yes. How do you manage your work with marriage life? Okay. When you get married, you have to understand that something is a big change in your life. Number one, for those people who go with their friends in the late time in Rosham Street, you are a married man now. You have to change your lifestyle. That call in 11 o'clock, oh, we are here in Bismillah, Suja, come. Join us. That's in the previous life. Now you are a married man. After Isha, after Isha is not a time for your friends. It's a time for your family, for your wife and children. That's number one. Number two, many youngsters now, many youth, they work hard to get married. Okay, but when you get married, try to manage your work. Try to reduce the hours. Try to think financially smartly. Because that, for example, to work 14 hours, 15 hours, that it will not fit with marriage. It's very important to manage that also. If you work hard, it should be only for contemporary. Say to your wife, frankly, I just want to raise this money to be, okay, it's for this month, for 1 year. But for the long term, no. You have to change that. Otherwise, you are not a married man. You are not present. And that tiredness also will cause a lot of problems, because you came very tired and you want your home to be just a hotel. You work hard, you go to the hotel, sleep, and go work again. That's not a marriage life. When you come back, your children waiting for you, your wife waiting for you, with a lot of stories. Yes. Good question.
How about
Yes.
financial situation? Both his wife work as well. Both are working.
Okay. What if both spouses are working because of this? Okay, this is very common nowadays, and I'll talk about that inshallah in details, but now I'll say something very summary. If both spouses are working, okay, number one, you have to know that there is a life before children and there is a life after children. If you are working together now, then it's better now if you have children after 1 year or 2 years. Because when children come, the wife especially should do something for her work. She should reduce the hours of work. Your child needs you, especially in the first 5 years of his life. Your presence are very important for them. Oh, my sisters, oh, my daughters, you have to know this. Allah Ta'ala created us in different natures. Allah created you from the greatest mission here after the prophethood, which is motherhood. That motherhood needs your presence. So if you are at work then, and you both work, that should be contemporary. When children come, you should reduce that hours, or if you can sacrifice that work, that will be better. Because now you go to a great mission. So they have to discuss this together. But when our sisters know the significance of motherhood, and that the nursery will not fill that gap, receptions, before the children go to school, that's the golden age now for tarbiyah. That's 5 years here is a golden age. That where you can get a lot of standards, a lot of principles, a lot of love, a lot of attachment to mother and parents. Allahu alam. Yes?
How important the cultural background consideration is?
Okay, very important question. I need another lecture. Because I want to talk about that when you choose a spouse, what is the different culture obstacle or not? I will tackle that indeed, inshallah, in a bit elaboration. But I would say culture is definitely very important factor. You have to consider that. Even Islam considers the culture. Is unlike what many people understand about culture. Islam is not against culture. And instead, Islam with culture, unless the culture go against Islam. Islam support cultures. But when cultures go against Islam, that's where now you have to avoid cultures. Usually the majority of cultures, in more than 80%, they are not against Islam. Islam doesn't want a one version of Muslims around the world. No. There's a version of Chinese Muslim, of Arab Muslim, of African Muslim, of Asian. Every version has her own culture. That's fine with Islam, absolutely. But when culture go against Islam, as we said, inshallah, in the future, that's where you have to be, Islam is number one. And that happens a lot when you come to this potential, and it's from different culture. I will talk about that. It's very famous, yeah. Okay. He said that what if there's alternative drama, because many people, they tend to see drama. What if there's Islamic drama, or a drama which is not affected by a lot of these problems? If you find a drama like this, yes, you can watch this type of drama as an alternative. But again, to make majority of your time with drama, that itself is problem. Because drama, in the end of the day, is drama. It's not real. But yes, there's some historical series, talk about some our role models that will help people to enhance their identity. Definitely this is good drama. Yeah. Okay. Okay, next time, inshallah, we'll talk about how you choose your potential, what you look for in your potential as men or as women, and how do you know that he or she is religious. You said, deen is important, but how can I measure? How can I know he's religious? How can I know he has or she has a good character? Is there any standards or, checkbox I can know that, yes, there is something out of the wisdom and experience? Next time we'll tackle that, inshallah. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala bless all of you. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala facilitate marriage for all our youth. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala make marriage easy for them. May Allah give every single here a pious spouse. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala give every married man here a happy life and righteous children. Wallahu alam wa sallallahu ala abdi rasul sayyidina Muhammad. Alhamdulillah.